All right, I want to talk about today. Some of my clients have come in and we've talked about how to lower that anxiety and why does it all get keyed up when they walk into their home and what's going on. So I've been working with a number of the clients that are in the program of Building Unshakable Trust, and how to create in the home a place of safety, safety for the mind, and understanding what creates higher levels of anxiety among family members in the home, whether it's somebody coming home from work, the children are already there or not. And so how do we do this? And so in working with some of them, I want to share some things today that just might help some of you out. And how can I create my home environment to be safe? Now, I've talked a lot about in Building Unshakable Trust, how important it is for it to have a happy brain. The brain longs for comfort. It longs to know. It longs to have peace. And so having a happy brain gives you a happy life. And I talk about that often, so this is another way of how can we do that, not only for you individually, but what about your whole entire family? There may be a number of you in the home, and everybody working together in harmony and unity can create an environment within the home that may differ from each other's needs, however, is important for the overall sanity, serenity, and peace of a home, or mental safety, emotional safety. And so this is what I want to talk about today and kind of address some of these issues around creating that environment and involving the whole family in this process of what might make that safe. Giving everybody a chance to learn what they need in their lives, what they need for the future, and how to navigate that with other relationships. So it's a great tool not only for your own safety and sanity and peace of mind, but it also is a teaching tool for everybody in the family. So I encourage you to involve the family in this whole process. Now, we know that there's all kinds of factors that involve the higher levels of anxiety. It's the multitasking and the multiple tasks that go on in working in your careers and your jobs, even before you even come back into the home, pressures before you leave the house, when you come back home from the house. There's financial pressures. There is possibly some bullying or whether it's at work, and the bullies at work, whether it's at school, where the children are dealing with bullies that are picking on them in school, and they come home and their anxiety is through the roof. Or, someone somewhere is afraid of getting booted out of a relationship, maybe a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or friends not allowing them. And you got junior high kids in your home, and they're worried about even being a part of a community or a tribe, and they don't feel like they're going to fit in. So that creates anxiety. We've talked a lot about how important it is to lower that ambient anxiety, and things to do interpersonally. I'm going to encourage you to keep up the whole factor of what's going on all around in my environment and in my home that I can use to lower that anxiety in the home life and work together as a team. So we talk about it. The objective is to get down to a 5. If you realize that when the level of anxiety gets up high, when you're talking about an 8 or 9, then it's like those are times where it gets real hard not to lose it, to maybe raise your voice higher than you want, or just say things that you really don't want to say. And you reach that point where it's like you hit that danger zone from 9 to 10, somewhere on there, and the brain panics, then children go nuts. They run around the house like they've been eating red candy all day or something, or they're, or you come into the home and you hit with all of this tension and anxiety, then you go off and hit, your brain goes into the danger zone. So how do you do this across the board for everyone in the family? Rather than individuals walking into the home life, whether it's one of your children or it's your wife or your spouse or your partner, and all of a sudden they feel like they're trying to dodge bear traps here somehow or another. They're never sure if they're walking on eggshells or not. Now, what happens is a lot of times if we come into this environment and we're already in a danger zone ourselves, and the environment is tough, then it's like pouring fuel on fire. It basically, the home world, your entire environment blows up. It just explodes. And so it's like everybody kind of begins to feed off everybody else's anxiety, and everything goes downhill. Now you've got everybody's brain has gone nuts in the home. It's gone crazy. And it's like, it seems like everybody kind of begins to feed off each other in this whole process. Now, the object would be as to how in the world can we lower that anxiety back in the home so we don't go there, so we stay below levels of danger in our levels of anxiety and so forth. So here's some ideas. One of the things that I've encouraged some of my families to do is to try to draw out a circle graph. And if you number the things, well, what creates anxiety at, say, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, and 9 to 10, and say you have a family of 5, and you use this circle graph that I have here, and so bottom line is, as you begin to pick out each one, you invite each family member to choose what are things that are major stressors in your life, starting with the red and working your way on out to say what's most important for you to feel peaceful, to lower that anxiety. And each of the children can tell you some of the things that are there. And so you go through and you do a pie chart, you do however how many members of your family there are. You take out this pie chart and you begin to decide on who gets a chance. Everybody gets a chance to say, this would help me to be more peaceful. Now, someone might say, mom might say, have the children's homework done by dinner. Or maybe children helping mama set the table for dinner, or helping clean up afterwards. You look to your spouse and say, it really helped me if you would help clean up after dinner. Or check with dad before dinner or afterwards if not too late. Do the check-ins. I talk a lot about check-ins. Well, do a check-in and it can help each other. Helping the children get ready and in bed at a healthy and regular time. All those things, if we've got a team working together, then that anxiety and pressure drops. Maybe one of you say that a short 15-minute decompression period. As I walk to the home, and I got a few minutes just to decompress. Maybe I go check my email. Maybe I go and just sit down and calm down. Maybe I go into my room and I just change my clothes and get in something comfortable. Maybe it's a 20-minute connect time with mom or dad. So mom and dad says, okay, kids, this is time for mom and dad to have a check-in. And it gives you a chance to calm down. Maybe it's a change in music, a calm music, or lower that. And each person can figure out what that means and how that is needed in the home. Then maybe a period of personal time to read something pleasurable or easy, to relax later or to share together after dinner. Maybe one of you say to help with homework, that they're anxious about school, or help me play some sport, throw a ball with me, Daddy, talk with me before bedtime, keep my younger brother out of the room and, quit so I can do my homework. Or, my sister's music is too loud. I need it lowered. Maybe one of the children says, a chance to talk to my friends before I go to bed or before, after supper. Or, Mama or Daddy, would you pray with me before going to sleep? Or, would you help me with my homework? I'm really afraid I don't know how to do it. I need some help. Those little things that each one of them can do are aspects that can lower the anxiety in a home. My suggestion was, if in that chart, if you start with the red and work your way back out to the easier, your family will begin to see that, okay, and it's a constant moving thing, so you can constantly tweak it. Okay, gang, what would help us lower some anxiety and bring some peace into the home? What do we need? And you begin to share that. Now, everybody in the home then is participating in lowering that anxiety. Everybody's brain is going to be happier. And just like with anxiety and confusion in a home, peace can also be contagious. It can be helpful. Now, you'll find that everybody in the home then can sit, relax. Home becomes a safe refuge rather than a battlefield or a place where it's very, very difficult and there's no retreat anywhere for not just the body and soul, but for the mind. Be mindful of these things. Talk it over with family. Make it a family project. I think you'll find it really helpful for every one of you to do as you find out, what can we do as a team to lower this anxiety and stress in the home? Maybe it's to declutter closets. Maybe it's to declutter the garage. Maybe it's to get rid of unwanted or unneeded things in the home and reduce it. My wife and I have gone through this whole process of reducing clutter in our home, and it has created a lightness in the brain. It's a freedom that I don't have as much stuff around. My brain doesn't feel cluttered either. And so maybe going through your children's closets and finding clothes that fit and they like and they wear. Maybe it's going through your closets and cleaning things out, taking things to Goodwill. What can you do that would allow you a more freedom of mind, creating white space for your thinking, your thoughts, creating that downtime for everyone in the family to find the peace of mind that they all need? Thank you, and I hope this has been helpful.